One thing that's really interesting about living in Canada and how we're perceived in the world is that we're very nice. The Canadians are thought to be very nice, and another thing that I find is that they're very apologetic as well. Always saying sorry. It might be my fault for bumping into somebody, but they'll say sorry. Or it might be some ridiculous issue, and they'll say it's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And then just recently, I learned that in Spanish, there's three different ways of saying sorry in Spanish. I can't remember what the third one is, but I know it's perdón and lo siento. I can't remember what the other one is. But to have so many ways of saying sorry, it kind of, to me, it makes me think about we care so much about others, which is great, you need to have some empathy. But I think where it limits us, where it doesn't serve us, is when we care too much about what other people think about our life, about our decisions, about the way we do things. And I think that some of us, most of us, many of us could benefit from adopting a new philosophy in life. And here it goes. Hopefully, you understand it very clearly. And I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize. Sorry for my profanity. You need to have zero fucks to give. Zero fucks to give. I think that's extremely important, to not care so much about what other people think, to be a little bit more free with how you express yourself, with what your thoughts are, for taking a stand for what you believe in and are here in this world to do, which is express yourself, which is to do what you want, to do what you want to do, as long as you're not harming others, as long as you're not violating the rights and safety of others. And I was talking to a mentor of mine, and he's a father, he's in business, he's an investor, he has lots of experience, and I really I really love him. I model him, and one of the things that he tells me is that what's really great about his age is that he's finally at that point where he has zero fuck to give. And if he can go back in time 20 years and have that mentality and have that philosophy and not care so much, he believes that he would have accelerated his own growth. He would have accelerated his own rate of success in whatever it was he was trying to do. Because whether it's in a presentation, it's in a meeting, it's in it's an encounter, it's in a relationship, it's whatever it is, he would be a little bit more free to say what he actually thinks without worrying so much about what the other person thinks, about what they think. I mean, I had a conversation last week that I was so worried about. I was guilt tripping myself. It put me in a really dark, negative mood. It kind of had me closing up a lot, and I was extremely concerned because I cared a lot about this person, and I was really concerned about how it was going to turn out, and I thought it was going to turn out badly. And I played it out in my head over and over and over again, and I cared so much. And it's, I think to a degree it's extremely important to have that natural sense of that guilt or concern or care when it's someone that is important to you, when it's a relationship that you value. But then after the conversation, or as it's happening, I start to realize how much extra importance and significance and weight I put on it. And that battle between good and evil was so much more inside of me than in real life. People always say fear is false evidence appearing real, and that's really, there's so much truth in that. We play it up in our heads. Oh, what's my dad gonna think? What's my mom gonna think? What are my teachers gonna think? What are my friends gonna think? I suggest that you adopt a new philosophy, and that is to give little to zero fucks about what other people think, about what you decide about your life. It does not matter what they say, because you are the one who has to look in the mirror every single day and live with your decisions and live with your regrets. And then, to take it even further, maybe you also adopt a new philosophy of living in a way that you have zero regrets. Because the last thing that you want is to leave a situation, whether it's you're at a Starbucks and you see this beautiful girl and you get eye contact and you give each other a smile and you connect again and again, and then you just let her walk away, and then you're kicking yourself for not introducing yourself and talking to her and asking for her number or whatever it is. So the next time something happens, stop playing it up so much in your head. It's really not big of a deal. Be willing to face whatever it is that worries you, that you feel resistance in, and it's okay. Whatever happens, maybe you get rejected, maybe something bad, maybe you make a mistake, maybe you experience a temporary setback or failure, but you're only human. The more that you're willing to face this, the more that you're willing to live without regrets, to live without any fucks to give, you can learn quickly how to adapt to situations, to face obstacles. And obviously, if you start really, really small, if you can deal with the little things like introducing yourself to a beautiful woman that you engage eye contact with and a couple of smiles, then the bigger the issues, the bigger the concerns, the bigger circumstances you'll be able to graduate to. And you know what? I think that's really important. Take it for what it is. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just offering you some suggestions from my own life experience, and that I draw from my mentors and coaches and the people that I look up to. Caring about what other people think is so limiting, and always being sorry for being you and being apologetic for expressing your true self. Maybe it's something that's going to help you in the long run, to have zero fucks to give.